So, as someone who survived 1,184 days in this world, I've decided I want to give a tour. This is the well. This is what we call the starter island. This is the island I started out on. We got a nice little abode here. Still some old tools in there. Furnaces on the lower floors, secondary room. And then if we go up here, we can see we have a lot of chests. We have all the basic necessities, crafting table, bookshelf for decoration, all those. Um, and then along with that, the third floor, which has potatoes growing in it. Those things are thousands of days old, by the way. I wouldn't advise eating those. But that is the first house. And then we have the farmland, obviously very basic farming, very basic farming. Ignore everything you see over there, that's later in the video. Skip 5 minutes in if you want to see that second island though, the big one. That's got a lot in it. Pillager banner and stuff. If we go over here, we have a secondary mansion with a very exquisite bridge that crosses over to it. The mansion was never finished. I started it on day 100 or 200. I don't know. The new feature to see how many days we've played is really nice. There's nothing in there. Yeah, it's not being continued at all. This world is actually abandoned, which is why I'm giving a tour of it right now. But we've got a nice spiral staircase here and everything like that. You have a nice view of the lands around you, and it's just overall amazing build, but it never got finished, so it's just sitting there the way it is, unfinished, and I jumped off the roof. Now over here we have one last thing on this island. Oh, and that white thing over there, that is wheat. That is a wheat farm. I never showed it in the video. There's a ravine. All the caves in like 1,000, 10,000 block radius are full of torches. You can see that's the main island over there. This is the starter island. Of course, we got the bridge and everything. You can see it all from on top of the pyramid. I'll be looking into the main island at the 5 minute mark or so, by the way. So if you want to skip to the main island and see all the cool stuff, skip there. But for now, we're going underground. There's water right there. I should have. Anyways, we're going underground, and there's a bunch of like caves underneath here, but there's even more tunnels in the ground. So I'm actually going to switch to spectator mode real quick. Um, Not adventure mode, spectator mode. Because as you can see, there's a lot underground. Um, Basically tunnels that go off for thousands of blocks and all that nice stuff. There's this ravine down here. Didn't know that existed. I think I almost died in this ravine, actually. I fell without feather falling and landed down there at the mossy part and almost lost my life. But we don't talk about my mistakes here. Uh, Over here we have a stairwell that goes down into a massive chamber that I dug out over a span of like a Minecraftian week. Um, I can't open chest in spectator mode, can I? That's a Java thing. But basically there's where the fuck am I? So basically there is all this stuff and there's this base down level here. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of tunnels under here. If I go down to diamond level 2, there's even more, and I'm just going to speed up the process for you guys. So this is sped up, but I'm not. I'm just going to say there's tunnels that go for thousands of blocks in here, and we're going to move to the next island now. So this is the main island, and this is the 16-minute tour of the main island. This here is the fishing bridge. This bridge was mainly used for fishing for about 200, maybe 300 of the days consecutively spent were fishing. And you can look off this bridge and see both islands a little bit. There's 3 layers to the bridge. The top layer where phantoms get stuck on, which is the little pillars. But all things aside, this is the main island. We've got a dragon sculpture over here that worships the dragon egg because I had nowhere else to put it. And you usually put them on display. I was 15 or 16. I'm now 17. It's been 2 years since I've last like fully played this world and done shit on it. We got kelp, a kelp bed over here, furnaces, of course. If we go up here, we have farms. We've got dripstone, copper, wheat, pumpkin, glowberry, gravel to flint. Of course, a bamboo farm back here. Um, And then along with that, we can go over here, and there is actually a clay farm next to the dripstone generator, which doesn't work. And the clay farm is used to gather clay for villager trades, and that's why that's there. Now there's this. This is the storage wall, which has storage for everything that I found in the game up to like the 7 month playing mark, because I played this world for my freshman year, so that's 1 year, and then I played it through my sophomore year and a bit of my junior year. So this world has been active for 3 years. And so I made a little storage center, and this is all these different items are items that I gathered and had enough of to make a row for them on the thing. This won't get expanded anymore because the world is now dormant. But over here we've got a sugarcane farm, an automatic one. You flip the lever and it would drop sugarcane into here, and that sugarcane in there would be collected when it was full. The farm is malfunctional though. Over here we got main area 1 with all the shulker boxes and chests. This is where I would do most of my storage work. And then here we have the beacon. The beaconator advancement is labeled on the beacon, of course. And then there is the underground part of the beacon. This is a secret mini base that I made. It's not very conventional, but it holds most of the loot I have, like my 23 netherite ingots. Oh, god damn it. My 23 netherite ingots and tons of golden apples, diamonds. We got 2 stacks down here. Of course, emeralds, we got about 7 or 8. But this is just like a little treasure room with my elytra stored and a trident and a fair set of diamond armor. Just a bunch of spares down there, and it's under the beacon, and it stays under the beacon. Now, this is the villager area. The villagers, of course, are in a very spacious, very luscious environment, like always. As a good Minecraftian, I put my villagers in the biggest, most easy to navigate, amazing pen ever. They are not in any way unhappy or angry with me for my treatment of them. They're super happy and proud to be in this cage here. I mean, sorry, enclosure. My bad, my bad. Not a cage. Now, here we have the Rainbow Collection advancement, which was to collect every color of wool. I've marked that down. I guess I don't care about the trapdoor either. This is an automatic farm that I used like in the very beginning of this island's days. I think it was built after the villager stuff, or the villager stuff was built around it. And that automatic farm, basically, you would go up here, you would pull the lever, and it let water down, and then all you would have to do is release the thing. There's water buckets in these dispensers here, and every time you flip the lever, it would either suck the water in or push the water out. Now, over here, we have the main farm, bamboo, wheat, carrots, storage right here. But we have wheat, we have carrots, we have more wheat, we have more wheat, we have pumpkins, we have melons. We, I guess, don't have potatoes or anything. I thought I broke the ground, my bad. We don't have potatoes or beetroots, but we do have cactus, which is more important edibly. Now over here, let's just give a quick look at the animals. We've got a chicken pen that is safe from foxes. Foxes can't get in here. We've got a cow pen. Nothing wrong with any of these cows. Now we have our completely normal sheep. They are all standing upright and they're all white because white is their main color. And there's nothing wrong with any of them. They're not sickly or anything. Oh, God damn it. Same with the wolves, the dogs, the doghouse. They're all normal. They're all sitting up. I'm gonna sleep through this night because I don't want to deal with rain, okay? I'm giving a tour. I don't want to have to deal with rain the entire tour. It makes it just boring. And look it, that's bad. Now, I have a very controlled population of sea turtles. They're not cramped and enclosed in any sort of harmful way. And PETA would be very happy with me because they're enclosed in such a way where they're thriving. Look at all of them. Wonderful, wonderful beings. Majestic even. Now, anyways, moving on. So we've got Azalea here. Along with that, we've got our cows again. We've got some axolotls, 2 of them. I think I stopped playing this world on the Caves and Cliffs update, but I did manage to get axolotls before I quit the world. And same with moss. So this is a completely normal contraption that goes up and opens up into a moss farm. This moss farm was used to duplicate moss and azalea when the update first came out. That is for an advancement called trampoline, which is what these slime blocks over here are for. And you can do like some parkour on here. But I completed the trampoline advancement and left the pillar because who doesn't love a pillar? Who doesn't love an altar with weird blocks on it as well, which is what this thing is. It's like a little shrine with all the rarest blocks in Minecraft. There is a deep slate emerald ore up there. Trampoline advancement, obviously. Iron Golem, RIP, he died. No reason. Sweetberry Farm. Now it's time, well, after the sheep, but now it's time to look at the tower. All these sheep got killed by wolves because they kept jumping in somehow. But the tower, floor one, we've got our potion room, which is where I do all my brewing in this world. And then we have the nether portal, smeltery, enchanting library, empty, empty, hollower, hollower than my heart, empty, emptier than my bed. Oh, no, there's a crafting table in there, my bad. And then we have the railway. The railway basically goes over everything, and it goes over the entire world, and it like zigzags all over the place. It's basically like a massive tour of everything in the sky. And you can see the main island, the other half of it is down there just chilling. I'll be touring that now, I guess, because I jumped off like a smart person. Now, anyways, the main island. Speedrun here. We got mushrooms, shroom farms, obviously. We need shrooms in Minecraft, okay? If you're not growing your own shrooms in your video game, you are a failure as a person. I'm not going down into the mines, but they go down deep and they go down forever. They go out for thousands of blocks. I think one time I went out 10,000 blocks in a straight line. It was a pain in the ass. Never be straight, kids. Along with this, man-made mangrove swamp. So I made this mangrove swamp when the update came out as well, and I actually posted a video on it, but never really like explained how I did it. So basically, I used dirt and stuff and collected it all, and I put it into a pond filled with water because this is part of an ocean, and then I modified it so that it would basically be a massive swampland, and then I filled it with mangrove trees, added coral and bone meal. It took like a week to build. We have an acacia tree farm in here. This is basically an acacia orchard. It's unfinished, but it's good enough, you know? It's good enough for me. Now we have house number 2. Best house there is, okay? Best, absolutely amazing building. I am a great architect. Now, over here we have our skeleton horse stables. There's only one skeleton horse in here. His name's Skelly. Comment Skelly's nickname. I'll change his name for you guys as a final commemoration of the world. If the top comment is named like, oh, name Skelly this or whatever the fuck. But yeah, that is the skeleton horse stables, and I will change Skelly's name. Down here we have the mines. I'm not going down there. Over here we have an apiary with no roof on it. The bees are free reign. They are very good bees, by the way. I give them a B plus for effort with how much work they do for me. They're not imprisoned at all, unlike all the other animals and creatures in this world. I mean, the villagers down there are thriving, dude. Like, they have the most spacious world here. This is the netherwort building. This is where I grew netherwort, and it's actually got a netherwort farm on the roof there. More of the apiary, more farms, blah, 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 blah. Do I ever shut the fuck up? Yes, I do. But I'm giving a speedrun tour, and this will get me 100 plus shorts videos from this. Okay, so this is a trap house. Um, it's basically a house that I plan on staying in to like farm monsters at night, but it never worked out. So now it's just an ugly sore on the land. Campfire farm for farming charcoal. Obviously, the best building ever. Another one that's not in any way identical that is for cooking meat on campfires. Okay. And then we have house number 2. House number 2 is very spacious. The villagers don't get to live in it. It's my house that I don't live in. It's real estate. Free real estate. Now, to go over here, it's a bit of a long walk, but we got main area number 2. This is basically the main area where I do everything, and as you can see, sugarcane rafts all the way around the island. But this is main area number 2. This is basically where I do everything. and smelt everything, and it's just a massive. Get back in there, wax cut copper. Okay, and then we've got, you can see a bunch of stuff in the distance. There's obviously dirt necessary for some of these builds, but this is the main area number 2, and it's been abandoned as well. To go over to here, over here, we have the red and yellow dye farm, which is where I'd farm red and yellow dye because I was too bored to go out and get any other flowers. No, not too bored, too lazy. Fishing house. The fishing house has a small dock, too wide, that goes out to fish, and there is not a single fishing rod in the fishing house, even though it is called the fishing house. There, you don't fish from here. You fish from the giant bridge down yonder. Okay, now we have the mud cube, my favorite Aztec creation here. So the mud cube is basically a cube of dirt that I made into mud, and that was how I would farm mud. I'd use the well beside me, and I'd just farm mud like that. There's more caves going down, but better yet, we got cake. More cake than I've ever seen on someone's ass. We've got the bakery. The bakery only has one cake in it, but it was open for business in 2022, and as you can see, 5 diamonds for a cake. You can go outside and go find cake wherever you want, but like I sold cake here. I also needed a place to sell shrooms, but I never built it. That'll be for my other world, which I'm going to be giving a tour on soon because I'm on day 994. But this is the mud house. The mud house is basically a massive, spacious household. Yup, for farming mud. Um, and then over here, obviously, I'm very good at spacing. We've got the dripstone, that pointed dripstone actually, that was used to farm more clay because I was obsessed with clay farms. God, I farmed clay all the time. It was make mud, make dirt, gather dirt, make mud, make clay, and it was just infinite. Farm speedrun, glow lichen, vines. I didn't know you couldn't farm glow lichen like you could farm vines. Melon farm, pumpkin farm, running fox. Then we have a dripstone farm, and that's the end of your speed run. Now down here, we've got a cave system that I kind of morphed into a massive chasm that is just, it's just suited for mining, but it's like decorational, you know? Yeah, I'm taking the shield off. But it's like a decorational chasm that you just go down in if you wanted to like explore random tunnels under the moss or under the grass. Now, here is my favorite structure here. Obviously, the most easy one to make, the Dirt Aztec Palace. This is a massive, and I mean massive palace that I made entirely out of dirt. Actually, all the dirt that this land is flattened with, and that's the Dirt Aztec Palace. Absolutely massive. And I stopped building it because I ran out of dirt. Anyways, down to the armory. I'm out of breath. Jesus Christ. The armory was basically where I put all sets of armor to put on as decoration. And as you can see, it's unfinished, but enchanted leather, enchanted gold, enchanted iron, enchanted chainmail, enchanted diamond, enchanted netherite, and so on. There would be one set for everything unenchanted and enchanted. There's a random smelter. Now over here we have the apple orchard. The apple orchard is amazing, and all of these trees definitely hold apples. Yeah, this apple orchard. Haha. Hey, you know, an apple a day keeps the Minecraftians away. That was the worst. Someone, God, okay, so now we have the tower. The tower is like a somewhat Roman Colosseum, but it's made out of deep slate. It's got a nice pattern on the floor, and it's not the only thing on the floor in this world, if you know what I mean. uh, so one last location on the main island to check out, and then we move to the snowy island, and then the Nether, which are obviously they go together. But basically, I gotta get up here. I forgot how I got up here, so we're just gonna make a stairwell. This mountain, the one with a huge chunk torn out of its body, this is the final destination. This is the last thing I built on this world. Sorry, gotta swallow, you know? It's a good girl's job to swallow sometimes. And as a trans woman, I can say that. Now, anyways, this tree I built myself. Obviously, it's like amazing and stuff. I mean, you can tell. See, look at that thing. Now, anyways, um, tower, mine, house, close that. But we basically got a mine here, we've got a custom bonsai tree, and then we've got a house that looks haunted. And then we have a fake mine that doesn't go anywhere, so don't get excited if you see a massive mound in my room or in my house or in my world. You know what? Fuck it. Basically, I ran out of mossy cobblestone, so I never ended up finishing the build. So now it's just a ghost house that's lying dormant. And then we've got the last thing here. We've got our little farm. And now that we're done with all this, we're going to move to the final island and then the nether. So the snowy island is the farthest out I've gone in the other direction aside from the Tagus. So the snowy island has a snow castle in it, which is very new, very normal. But if you go through this wall, there's a little courtyard made of ice in the snow castle. Easy to access. Obviously, there was a door. And over here, we've got a snow golem farm. So the snow castle and then the snow golem farm. The snow golem is being treated very nicely. He loves it here. But basically, you'd go here with a shovel and you'd spam click and you just get infinite snowballs. And that's how that worked. And then what we have over here is an igloo. The best igloo I've ever built. And the only igloo I've ever built. You don't live in Minecraft unless you built an igloo, okay? With a sand floor, obviously, because that's realistic. Now, since I'm bored, let's just go to the nether. So the nether is the one section you can probably skip because it is mainly tunnels. And it's just the end of the video, so who cares? Cowabunga, free fall. Wish I could free fall IRL. I mean, the bungee cord doesn't need to exist when you're bungee jumping, you know. Anyways, so there's this section down here. I don't know where any of this stuff goes. I actually don't know anything about the nether. I'm clueless. I haven't been in the nether in a year in this world. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, since the nether doesn't have much, you can kind of look for another video now. But I'm gonna go into spectator mode for anyone who does want to see the tunnels. Some of these tunnels go on for thousands of blocks, and the video is going to speed up at any minute. Okay, the video is going to speed up soon. But basically, these tunnels will go on for thousands of blocks, and you guys should subscribe because I spent a lot of time in this world, and it took me like an hour to record this video. So you guys should be nice. Love you. Goodbye.